Hello and welcome to TRT World Live from Istanbul. I'm Natasha Exelby, also ahead on this program. A gun and suicide bomb attack on Istanbul's Ataturk International Airport has killed 36 people and injured more than 140. We've been gridlocked about 1 kilometre from the Serbian-Croatian border.
These rocket attacks were deliberately fired. They were targeted attacks in residential areas.
One of the most terrifying things for the mentoring task force is that they may actually be training the enemy. You see, one of the Taliban's latest tactics is impersonating police officers and Afghanistan soldiers so that they can get close to coalition forces and kill them.
These people aren't just protesting. As you can clearly see, they're angry, they're getting upset. It's one side pitted against the other. People here who are for immigration and these people here who are very much against it.
Summer 2015. Europe was thrown into crisis, struggling with an unprecedented influx of refugees. It received more than 1 million of them last year.
Where are you going? Germany! Where are you going?
Well, for more now on our top story, if the UK votes to leave the European Union, losing access to the EU market could have a significant impact on the British economy. Callum, thank you for joining us. We've seen a lot of arguments for and against in terms of what a Brexit would mean for the economy. Do you see it having a positive or negative effect? So it appears that Trump finally has the delegates he needs, and it seems like a contested convention is certainly becoming less likely. So do you get the sense that Republicans are finally going to be rallying around Trump?
Prime Minister, yesterday it was all about Queensland and Peter Beattie, what a sweetie. He was on our show and he was lovely. But he hasn't...
Did he muck up?
No, he was tremendous. I think he'd be really happy with his performance. He hasn't always been lovely to you. I think we all know that. And there's been a couple of statements, just one, a self-destructing media manipulator with no political judgment. And to be fair, that's probably not the worst thing that anyone in your party's ever said about you.
Yeah, I'm just to say, when you're getting to the hard bit.
Why did you pick him?
Natasha Exelby joins us now live from Idomeni. We can see you there. Natasha, good to see you. What are you seeing then at the moment with these refugees walking out?
Well, Paul, it started with a couple of dozen refugees and then that graduated to hundreds and then thousands of people making their way through this farm field behind me, hoping to get to Macedonia. And just to give you an idea of the difficulty of this, because the rain has been so heavy, it's not just a farm field, it's filled with mud, and we're seeing people who are carrying kilos of their belongings, so lots of blankets, their tents and so forth. Many of the people are only wearing sandals, and the weather here is absolutely freezing and the wind has picked up massively. We're also seeing people with their babies. Can you imagine, Paul, pushing a pram through this rugged terrain here, through this farm field? From one of the local newspapers today, 331 innocent, which shows some of the faces of both the people who were killed and also some of the people who were injured in this terrible trio of attacks. At least 5 people have been killed and 15 others wounded in multiple suicide attacks in Lebanon. Over the last 12 months, hundreds of thousands of people have risked their lives. Many of them lost their lives crossing this body of water, the Aegean Sea, between Turkey and Greece. But now, a lot of those people are going to have to be turned back. But the EU says this isn't about punishing people, it's about saving lives and deterring economic migrants.